And we are back.
Welcome back, Bumble Bitches.
It's going to be a much slower process than TikTok, and I am grateful for it.
Yes.
Shit gets a little wild over there.
Yeah, it does.
Find myself getting really annoyed with stupid ass comments when we go live on TikTok.
Me too.
Yep.
I don't feel well enough to cook dinner tonight.
That's okay.
Okay.
What do you want to do on here? You want to just bullshit? Q&A?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a lot of brain power today. I can feel my energy waning, and I have to finish the workbooks for the couples retreats before we start printing them. And I still have to send you the mail version for you to revise it.
You definitely are getting my funk. It took you a while, but you finally got it.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of pissed about this. Like, what fucking sleeper cell? She should just right away.
What if it's not the same thing? What if you got something from that candlelight orchestra we went to?
I hope not.
What if it's from breathing the recycled van air for 40 hours?
Oh, that could have definitely done it. Probably did it. I started noticing it in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had a sore throat the entire time we were gone.
Yeah.
It was really bad last night. It's not so bad today.
Yep. I woke up one morning, the only morning in Kentucky, and I was like, oh, my throat is sore.
Yeah.
I was like, this is it. Here we go.
Danish said, Jake said I shook Chris's hand and he got me sick. I wasn't contagious at that point. I don't think I've been contagious for weeks. I just still have phlegm that won't come up. Hello from Oregon. Morning from Logan, Queensland, Australia.
Oh, hello.
We really got to make it to Australia one
I want to
day.
go to Australia so bad.
From Alaska.
Hello, Alaska.
Love seeing people tune in from all over the world. That shit's wild. Where you at, guys? Everybody tell us where you're at. Let's see the furthest. Right now, Australia is the furthest from us. I got to be honest. I don't think it gets much further than that. Because not only on the other side of the world, we're also down.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Nebraska.
Hello, Utah.
Do some mullein tea for the mucus. We have mullein gummies.
Yeah.
Utah. California, PA, Florida, New Hampshire, Arizona, Ohio, Oregon, Ontario, Maine, Virginia. An hour south of us. Maine. You guys got some fucking cold weather up there, don't you?
Fuck that.
We're about to have a cold front. Actually, Friday, we'll be waking up in the 50s.
Yep, I'm gonna have to bring the children their jacket to come home in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was looking at the weather because I'm hoping for some rain. I'm so over this drought that we're experiencing.
Yep. It's crazy. We didn't even have a hurricane hit Florida this year.
No.
First time in over a decade.
That's insane.
Yep.
So I was looking at the weather and I saw it's gonna dip down into like the 40s Thursday night. Friday evening would be a really good evening to set the fire pit up.
Lucas on Facebook said, "Oh, the fire pit's set up. That's ready to go. I got firewood in the garage and everything."
Oh, so word. So
it's just
make s'mores.
It's just a, hey babe, can you start the fire? Because when you got really into that and we built you the fire pit and you wanted it, I went and bought everything. It's all sitting in the garage. It would take me less than 5 minutes to get that thing going for you.
We're gonna start a fire.
It was always burning, but the world's been turning.
Hey!
Lucas on Facebook said, just wanted to pop in and say I love what you guys stand for. I aspire to have what you guys have in my marriage. Also, I read your book on what it is to be a man from your perspective, and I loved it. Love you guys. Thank you for buying my book.
Thank you for supporting my husband.
Yeah. I really wanted to be like a big deal author when I wrote my book. And I was like, oh man, this thing's going to sell. It's so good. And I was so full of myself. And then I was like, you know what? It's not really about making book sales when I can just record this shit and stick it on the internet and people will get value from it. So we actually read it. I read it as a content on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Both of them.
Yep. Yes, we did. Des Clan said he is man. He brings fire. I make fire.
Yeah. 28 here with snow.
Fuck that.
Absolutely not.
When we left Kentucky at 7 o'clock at night, 6 o'clock at night, and it was like 48
45
degrees or some shit. And I was like, all right, we're going to be driving and we're going to go higher up in the mountains to get through Tennessee, and it's going to get colder. And it dropped down to like 41. And I was like,
Really?
thank God we got gas. We don't have to pull over.
I slept the best in that bed when we were going through the mountains.
Yeah, I don't know how you did it.
Yeah.
This is all the bumpiness back there. We were in that van for so long that when we stopped at the first gas station or rest stop to go to the bathroom, it felt like the floor was moving underneath me because of all the bouncing in the van. Did not enjoy that at all.
Yeah, that was a pretty rough 3 days for us. We drove the 17, 18 hours up there.
Yep. Had all of our stuff done in 2 days.
We did the meet and greet, went to bed, woke up the next day, did a morning meeting.
And then drove home.
No, we didn't drive home that day. We drove home the next day.
We drove
we
home
did that
the same,
massive lunch.
We did the same. We drove home the same day as the lunch.
Oh, okay.
We got there Saturday, did the church meeting on Sunday morning, had the meet and greet Sunday night, had the luncheon on Monday, and then left.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
That was back to back like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
The van is diesel. We have a Sprinter 2500 that's all-wheel drive, lifted tires, 25-foot long, extended roof, solar panels.
I like that I can stand in it and stretch.
Yeah, it's a bad mamma jamma.
Oh my God. Just as far as she can. I remembered. Bad time.
She's a bad mamma jamma.
Her body measurements. Okay, I'm done. I'm done, I promise.
It's funny. So glad I saw the live link when I did. Hit a heavy topic in a podcast, and don't think I'm going to finish it with them talking about the group 764. Yeah.
Oh, man. Fuck. Yep.
Rose Thorne said, not only did we do that check-in list, we answered some questions you have in your first book. It was a great bonding moment.
I love that.
That's dope.
Janae enjoyed that. Thank you. I think I'm so funny, guys. I appreciate it.
Kim Stead's still jealous that my husband got chosen by Ivy and I didn't.
Understandable.
You guys have advice on maintaining a strong marriage while we adapt to being new parents? I'm scared of focusing so much on the baby that we forget about each other. That is a very, very real fear for people.
And it's very valid fear.
Fucking right it is. We see a lot of people lose their marriage or their relationship in the first year after a baby's born.
Yeah.
You guys need to make sure that you're able to prioritize your marriage, date nights, doing things in that nature so that you can maintain attention on each other while navigating the stress of having an infant in the home.
Yeah. Things that I would do is co-sleeping is so tempting. It's so tempting. You need to have a separate room for your baby if you have the space available. If not, try your best to keep the baby out of the bed. That is the number one intimacy killer, having the child within the bed with you guys. I think that's also, yes, it can be beneficial. I think kangaroo time with children is very important, not just for their mental well-being, but for their nervous systems. And I think that building confidence starts very, very early on with children, and sleeping separately is one of those ways in my mind to build confidence within them. Our children have always slept in their own rooms. Even when they get scared at night, they maybe come and wake me up, but they'll fall asleep on the couch by themselves, or they're going back into their bedrooms and self-soothe. So I would make sure that you guys have your bed as your bed. If you have a support system, lean on it. Nana, granddad, auntie, uncle, best friend who you think is your sister because of everything you guys have gone through. Try to set up a rotation of the baby going with one of them on a Friday night for 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
And you guys go out to eat, go to a dinner, go for a walk around a lake, make out in the back of the car on a cliff. And then I think twice a month, if you can get grandparents or whomever is the support system in your life to watch the child overnight, not only do I believe that's beneficial for the child to have a social circle, and have multiple people to rely on and feel safe with, it's important for you guys to have one-on-one time without having to worry about picking up the child.
Yeah, it takes a
Or
tribe.
is the child going to wake up? Or is tonight going to be the night he has a night terror? Or whatever the case may be. And when y'all start getting mad at each other, stop and say, I love you. That's important.
Travis A. Johnson on Facebook said, still beautiful here in Vegas. Have you guys been to Barcelona or Greece? Planning a trip soon. We actually are going to Greece. And if you want to go to Greece with us, you can go to tobebetter.com and click on, oh, you know what? Yeah, there should be a trips thing on there under retreats. We are going to Greece in May of 2026, and there's 7 spots left if you want to go. We are going to Bali immediately after that, and there's 4 spots left on that.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive there's a link on the website for that. If not, there is a link in the description of the video on YouTube. And if you guys aren't subscribed to our YouTube channel, this is the perfect opportunity to get off of Facebook and go subscribe on YouTube, because we need those. We need those. Let me see. That's not what I want. Oh, my back's cramping. Oh, my back's cramping.
My face hurts. Let's see. What's your point of view? Oh, it went away. I think I said on someone doing something.
Yeah. So if you go to tobebetter.com and click on retreats, there's an event page that you can go to.
Can you scroll up a little bit? Someone said, one more. What's your point of view on someone using their childhood trauma for an excuse for everything? I think that person's hurt and damaged. I think that they have recognized that using their trauma is a way to get out of things, and that works for them. And it's going to be like exercising a demon. You're going to challenge this person. They're going to fight back even harder with their trauma, or get more malicious, or whatever the case may be. It's hard to go toe to toe with somebody who wants to be a victim no matter what.
Yeah.
And that's do you want to fight that fight? Does this person display characteristics of evolving and wanting to change who they are, to not have problematic behavior within relationships or within their life and those kinds of things? I'm not going to drown myself for somebody who won't stand up in 3 inches of water.
Using your trauma as a get out of jail free card is manipulation.
I agree.
If you're aware that you have childhood trauma and you have done absolutely nothing to start correcting that trauma and like fixing your life, you are choosing to live in that. I gotta be honest. If in a situation like that, if somebody uses that against you, then you say, okay, then moving forward, we need to start working on these things because this is unacceptable.
Yeah.
And I don't have to accept your shitty behavior because you have not done anything to improve your life past something that happened to you when you were a child.
Yeah.
You're an adult now. It's not negating the fact that you went through what you went through. It sucks that you had to live through that, but you are not a child anymore. You don't get to treat people poorly because something bad happened to you.
In the courses that I'm taking, I'm learning that fear is the biggest component that keeps people from wanting to change and grow. And that stems from they fear the emotional release that could happen. They don't know what that's going to look like or what that's going to feel like. So they shy away from change or growing themselves. And, oh no, don't lose it. What was it? Fear of the emotional release. And then, a fear of, it's a couple of other things, but these were the 2 that stood out for me. And then it was the fear of releasing control over their trauma. They can control the way they're feeling about their trauma right now. Once they go through that, the release, they don't know if they'll be able to rein themselves back in and control after that. Like the chaotic moment when the trauma happened.
It's also important to realize that people who are overly manipulative will use those things against their partner because their partner will feel guilty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a manipulation tactic. I gotta be honest. I'm really not a fan of, well, you have to accept this because of you. I don't have to accept anything.
Right.
I don't. You having your problems are your problems. And when you make them my problems, it becomes a fucking problem. Right? Like, this is not how relationships are supposed to work. You should be working on you. I'm working on me to be the best version of myself.
Yeah.
And I want to grow and evolve. And I'm hoping you can do the same thing because I'm not going to live like this. Yeah.
I had a split second where I thought that said Trisha Paytas, and I just had a whole heart attack.
Why is that?
I love Trisha Paytas. She has been a problematic queen, we can say, but she's gone on a whole journey, and she's doing really well for herself, and she's a prime example of what it looks like to put your whole life on the internet, have to go through that hate, what it looks like to struggle with your own inner issues and your own mental turmoil, whatever the case may be. And she's found happiness. She has a husband. She has multiple children, doing great in life. She was on Broadway recently. So I was going to fangirl for a minute, but somebody said unconditional love has conditions, and I disagree with that with my full ass.
Where did you see that at?
Scroll up. Keep going. Right there. Unconditional love has conditions. I disagree with that. And the reason being is I love unconditionally. Fucked up people like Jeffrey Dahmer were not always fucked up like that once. Did he commit terrible, horrible things? Yes, but there is still love there for the soul that was tainted and fucked up. My heart weeps for the things that people who do fucked up things had to endure to get to the point where they think that what they're doing is okay. That's fucking devastating. The things that they do to people, the victims of what they do, is absolutely devastating. It's a whole cycle of just being fucked up, and that should break everybody's hearts. But there are conditions to be a presence in my life.
That's what I was waiting on you to finish saying so that I could say that.
There's boundaries.
Yeah, being in my life is conditional.
Yes.
Yeah, I can love you at a distance. Somebody said, my amazing wife is a trauma therapist, and she uses you guys as examples for people to check out in her groups all the time. We love y'all's approach, and just truth telling is super important. Thank you for all you guys do.
Thank you for that.
It's always such a cool feeling when
Yeah.
therapists and people that are in that mental health field say that what we're doing is
Matters.
a resource for them. Yeah, that always feels really good.
I agree.
Unconditional love is absolute. Guys, if you are followers of Christ, or you consider yourself a Christian in any way, shape, or form, the commandments that Jesus gave, which are the commandments that you should be following, right? Because your faith is based around Jesus, not around Paul, not around the Old Testament.
Right.
It's around Jesus. His commandments were love thy God above all, love your neighbor as if you love yourself, do no harm, etc., etc., etc. You have to love your neighbor the way that you love yourself. That doesn't mean that you need to be around them. There's going to be days that you don't like yourself. There's going to be days that you really wish that you could just unzip this flesh suit and leave it behind for a little while.
Yeah.
Come back after you've worked through whatever you're feeling, right? Like,
right.
And that is unconditional love. I can love you from a distance. I can understand that you were hurt and you hurt me because of it, or maybe you're selfish or whatever the case may be, but I still love you anyways. You just can't be here.
And if that weren't the case, there wouldn't be so many memes about the fucking talked about this, looking
Right,
in the mirror, or like, why am I like this? Ah, ha, 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 ha. Yeah.
Jesse Ray said, my daughter's counselor ordered a copy of No One Is Coming to Save You. I was talking to her about it.
I love that.
Any specific conversations you guys think new parents need to have before the birth of the baby?
A lot. We've made a couple of videos about it.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a lot of parenting videos you guys can watch on YouTube. Had a convo today with my mom asking for her to meet me at the same emotional level. She has never been able to take accountability for her actions. I asked her to witness my feelings, but I am only met with resistance and defensiveness. It's exhausting. Sometimes you just have to accept people for who they are, set your boundaries, and then maintain those boundaries. Protect your peace. Well, Kenya's in the chat. Hubby and I agree Hubby and I agree on the DNA testing prior to issuance of a birth certificate. I don't get the controversy. Also, he'll be home in a week. Love y'all. Maybe we would like to, depending on how long he's here for, we'd love to get dinner or something with you guys while he's here.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We'll have the children. But...
Well, we also have the meet and greet. So
that's true.
The couples retreat, so we may not be able to make that work. We just have to try to make that.
We can try.
We got a lot of hate over that post. Like,
yeah.
it was so bad last night. That video got 50,000 views in 45 minutes and had over 200 comments on it when I deleted it.
And it was all hate.
It was all hate. There was maybe 15 comments in there that actually understood what we were saying, but Yeah. And it was like that on every single platform. I
Yeah.
deleted it off of all of them.
Mob mentality, I want to say like it almost strips you.
Yeah.
Like you feel so exposed and oh, what was I about to say? Fuck. The words that they use, the things that people are saying is so nasty and disgusting. And I watched a TikTok today of a guy saying that if you don't believe that your words have power, either saying it with your voice or typing out, be in a relationship with someone who calls you stupid.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody said I didn't even get to see it. It's in one of the episodes. It's in the episode that went live Monday. It was where I said that if Peaches got pregnant, I would want a DNA test. And people were like, you can't have the stance that you have with the no phone, like going through the phone policy because of trust, and then say this. And like, I can understand the argument there, but the reality is going through a phone is not having to pay for something for the rest of their life or being misled into whatever. And like knowing the amount of things that for what we do for a living, like just in that alone,
Yeah.
on top of all the statistics and everything that you see online, like why not? And then on top of that, the past experiences that I have personally had that I'm not willing to get into on here that you know about just further solidifies the need for that to be a thing. And like remove everything else from it. That standpoint alone based off of our relationship is enough for it to be understood.
Right.
Right? Like I don't know.
I'm also in the mindset. There are so many women saying, well, I'm not the greater masses. I'm me and he should trust me. And you're his wife. He should trust you and blah, 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 blah. That's not about me. I know me and the life that I lead. I don't think that my husband's questioning my integrity. I know for a fact my child's mine. Child just fell out of me. Right? I know so many men who love their wives and trust their wives with their whole soul. And still have days where they're like, what do I do if I feel this way? Like, should I talk to her about it? Should I?
How about the fact that they can't talk to her about it?
Right.
Because of the backlash that's going to come. So they just suppress it and push it down.
And that could be leftover lingering trauma from them being cheated on in prior relationships. And that's something that they've been worried about prior to getting married to you. And now that's a very real thing. They're recognizing it's eating away at them. Maybe they have found out that one of their uncles and one of their best friends just recently found out that the kid that they believed is theirs is not. And now they're sitting in the back of their mind, well, fuck. Can I even like talk to her about that? Or is she going to take it personally? Just me saying that, hey, Mark's just found out the kid's not his. Are you trying to insinuate something? Yeah. It's too much. It's too much. It's not about you. If you know your life and you know the kind of person that you're leading, literally the only thing that could fall out from this is you get caught that you fucked up.
Right. Well, see, and that's how I view that. I understand the challenge of integrity, right? But you normally get mad when you get caught doing shit.
Right.
Right? Like this isn't me saying in this situation, it wouldn't be me saying that I think you cheated on me.
Right.
This is, I'm going to dedicate at least the next 20 years of my life to this child. I want to be sure. You know what I mean? Like I don't think there's anything wrong with asking that. This is security.
Right.
And I truly believe that if it was the other way around, women would feel the same way. They would want to know for sure.
Right.
And, you know, I show you at least once a day where something pulls up on my TikTok where somebody's been caught on like a date where they were supposed to meet their Tinder date and their Tinder date was the person, their husband or their wife. And like that Cheater Buster app thing comes up constantly. People who have been married in relationships for 7-10 years find out that their wife is on Tinder and actively dating. You know what I mean? Like the fucking video of the guy who had 3 sons and all 3 of them weren't his. And he found out because of it, he was trying to donate an organ to his son to keep his son alive. Like, I bet he trusted that woman unconditionally. That doesn't change the fact that foul shit happened. I don't know. Like Belle just said in the chat, if you love your person and value their peace of mind, what's the big deal? People on that video last night kept saying, I used to envy your relationship. Now I realize it's all a lie. My relationship's
because you
a
took
lie.
one thing super personal.
Right. Because you got offended by something, or you think I don't trust my wife because I would like a DNA test to be sure.
Right.
What you're saying is logical. However, how do you deal with the emotions?
Of what? I'm not emotional about it. There are no emotions in that for me.
Yeah.
Like this topic specifically, I don't think that my husband distrusts me. I don't think that my husband is questioning my integrity. This boils down to he wants the same reassurance that he knows the child is his the same way that I do.
Right.
And I don't see anything wrong with that.
Opinions on being in a relationship with a narcissist and not leaving because of the kids. Is it possible to work? So you're going to keep your kids if you are honestly, truly in a relationship with a narcissist.
Those children are going to be the next targets.
Actually in a relationship with a narcissist, not somebody you disagree with, not someone who has mild narcissistic tendencies or even a lot of narcissistic tendencies, a true narcissist, and you choose to stay because of the kids, you are putting your kids in harm's way.
In abuse.
Yeah, you are actively choosing day in and day out to put your children in a situation where they are going to be
in a war zone.
Fucked up.
It's going to be a war zone. Narcissists play people in their family like puppets.
Yeah.
If it is a true full-blown narcissist, there is already abuse happening, and I'm not willing to put my children through that. I will leave that person. And I didn't leave a narcissist, but I left a relationship that I was not happy in and I did not want modeled for my children. And I was the single mother and I worked my ass off and I struggled and I cried and I was depressed. And I thought about ending myself. I thought about how my children would be better off without me. And I got through all of it and came out as a better mother on the other side of it. And I found an amazing husband who wants to be a stepfather and wants to be my husband. And all of it was worth it.
Yeah, I think you guys like to throw around the term narcissist a little bit too freely. If you've actually dealt with narcissistic abuse, you understand how severe that is, and that term is so fucking misused. The reality is that it's only 1 in 200 people that are actually diagnosed, like are capable of being diagnosed as narcissists.
Yeah.
And that's a really, really, really hard thing to live through. How should a woman navigate their partner name calling during arguments? I'm pretty sure that we answered that question in the live stream on TikTok. That's abuse.
It is abuse.
There's nothing to navigate there. Them calling you names during an argument is abuse.
Now, that's a no-go. You do not pass on this one. We're going to check that in the moment. You're not going to call me names. And if you continue to call me names, we will no longer have a relationship. There is a respect at all times, no matter what conversation is happening, no matter how we feel towards each other. We are not going to suddenly take our emotions out on one another because you made me feel a certain way.
Right.
You didn't make me feel anything. I'm emotionally connected to you. It hurt my feelings. If Joe Schmo said some shit walking past the street, I wouldn't even stop to talk to him. Probably think he's an insane crackhead.
Right.
And just keep going about my day.
My wife has BPD and I want to ask her questions, but don't want to trigger her. And I want to be better for her so I can help her through one of her episodes. Can you please help me out? Well, I would no, honestly, we can't help you. I can give you suggestions on books to read. I don't think that you need to be probing so that you can quote unquote help her out. The reality is you can't get on her roller coaster. If she has borderline personality disorder and she's fucking going through it and you try to jump on that, you're going to make things worse. The only thing that you can do as a partner, as somebody that has a neurotypical mindset and you are not BPD or anything like that, you need to sit back, let her run through things. And when she is no longer emotionally reactive, you can then have conversations. Trying to reason with somebody when they're in an emotional state like that's not a thing. The only thing that you can do is reassure her that you're not leaving and then let her know that you're not willing to get on the roller coaster with her. You can read Stop Walking on Eggshells. You can read Buddha and the Borderline, and you can read I Hate You, But Don't Leave Me. And you can, if you really want to get into it, you can read Understanding the Borderline Mother. All 4 of those books we highly recommend to help people who are in a relationship with a borderline or has borderline, but you can't jump on the roller coaster with them. Probing and trying to deal with that emotional thing is fucking, it's like jumping on a grenade and hoping that you don't take any damage.
Somebody in the chat said that my fiance called me a bitch, and when I said that I didn't like that, he says I call it as I see it. I would have taken my engagement ring off in that moment and ended the relationship. We're not playing that fucking game. You're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to call it as you see it. You're not going to be the powerful one in this dynamic. And And that statement, the fact that he is still your fiance, I get the feeling there's a low self-esteem or something going on there. Don't tolerate that.
What if she was actually being a bitch? Screaming and yelling, throwing things, nagging,
Oh, that's a
being
good point.
combative.
I didn't think of that.
It's the gray area.
Yeah.
That TikTok yesterday has got me really like, I'm having a hard time wanting to give advice today. I really am, because there's so much that we don't know, and I don't want people to listen to what we say and then use it as manipulation against their person.
Right. It's true.
If you are actually, so to answer that, that's very fair. I agree with you. In the event that they are actually being a bitch, I still don't think that that gives permission for them to reach to that level.
Yep.
I call it as I see it. Probably wouldn't have been a right thing if they were actually being a bitch. The conversation could have been like, I don't like the way that you're treating me. I perceive you as being nasty. And that was the word I used. I apologize. I can use a different word. Nasty, for example, would be one of them. But it's very hard when somebody's attacking you and you're feeling that energy to not reciprocate.
And you're getting emotional. You're getting heightened. Your adrenaline's kicking. Now your fight or flight's kicking in and you're trying not to be in survival mode.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of that really does come down to not matching energy. Not accepting behavior from people doesn't mean that you get to be a certain way towards them and then shun them when they give that back to you. You are responsible for your delivery, your tone, your body language, the words that you use. You are responsible for that. Anything beyond that, they are responsible for them. And the best that you can hope for is that they are willing to match your energy if you are being calm, collected, articulate, and not being nasty. Calling names is abuse. Flipping tables is abuse. Punching things is abuse. Fucking stonewalling is abuse. Silent treatment, all of that shit. Like, that is psychological warfare. If you have a relationship with someone who is doing things to you like that, they are trying to maintain a power dynamic in the relationship. You will never be able to come out on top of an argument. And I'm not saying win, because nobody wins arguments, but you are not going to get your point across enough that you are going to come to a resolution that you are happy with. And that's what I mean by come out on top, because they're going to power dynamic the fuck out of you until you submit and give up and they win the argument, because they're more concerned about maintaining power than they are about actually fixing what's going on in the relationship. And you're never going to find resolution in conflict. It's just not a thing. You're going to get elevated, flooded. There's not going to be repair. You're going to be like, ha, I won the argument. And then you're going to look over at your partner and see how fucking mad and hurt they are. And then you realize you really didn't win shit. Yeah.
The same person on Facebook said that that person is no longer their fiance, but there's a lot of trauma being carried over. I would recommend starting to use distancing language. That person is no longer your fiance. Do not refer to them as my fiance.
That's a good point. Good catch.
Thank you. I'm learning a lot with the courses I'm taking. So I would start using distancing language, and then the internet's a great tool. YouTube is a wonderful tool. There are many therapists out there who do free content to talk about ways to heal yourself after trauma or whatever kind of abuse that you experienced, and ways that you can work on gaining tools or suggesting things that can help you soothe in moments where you may feel like you're being triggered.
Yeah. I just had a thought, because I keep seeing comments coming up still about the birth certificate thing and the DNA test. The argument that's being had from people, I trust them. I have integrity, blah, blah, blah. That would be the same argument being made for men about prenuptial agreements.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Why are you asking me for a prenup? Don't you trust me?
Yeah.
We're in love. You shouldn't, I would never do you like that. I can't believe you're asking for that. Yeah. Somebody said, Chris and Peaches, what is y'all's opinion on physical attention changing from being affectionate in the beginning to barely any manipulation? I don't think it's manipulation. I think it's a lot of things. I think that people choose the roommate phase. I think that intimacy is more than just sexy time in the bedroom. I think that it is an active, ongoing thing that you choose to do every single day. And if you think that intimacy is just sexy time, and that's going to fall off. Life is going to happen. Kids, stress, jobs. When you are living separate and you are around each other for a movie night twice a week, you're trying to cram as much of that intimacy in to fill your intimacy meter during that time frame, because you're not going to see each other for the rest of the week or in 3 days from now or whatever the case may be. When you live together and you're around each other all the time, intimacy looks like getting you a chocolate bar from the store when I go to the gas station. It looks like kissing you and putting my hands on your hips in the kitchen. It looks like dancing. It looks like telling stupid jokes or listening to you read Wicked in the car while I'm driving at nighttime. It's fucking going plant shopping with you, even though I really don't want to leave the house today. Intimacy looks like a whole lot of different things, but we get so caught up on this doesn't feel like it did in the beginning. Of course it doesn't feel like it did in the beginning. I get to spend every waking moment with you. I don't have opportunities to really miss you because we're around each other all the time. And I'm not saying this about us. I'm saying in general. Even if you work a full schedule at work, 8 hours, come home, and you have all the house duties, you have all the stress from work, you're still coming home to the same person every day. You're not trying to cram in your entire weeks of intimacy in an hour or 2 hour interaction. That's the reality of it. You guys have to want to maintain that intimacy. You have to want your partner. You have to want to make sure that that intimacy doesn't fall apart. And when you feel like things are falling apart, you can be like, hey, what are some things that I do that you view as intimate? Or what more can I do to make you view it as things as intimate? Like, what can I do to fill your emotional cup? And if it's just, I need sexy time, well, then I need more intimacy, because I'm not going to give you sexy time without the intimacy. I feel like a prostitute, and you're just using my body for physical gratification if there's not a love and an energy exchange before it.
I agree. I agree with everything you said.
Lizard, I don't know what you want us to say about that. Got broken up with last Sunday by a man who frequently said we were going to get married. His stress from the military and my borderline was his root cause. He admitted he still loves me a few days ago. Great. It's great that he still loves you. Your borderline is clearly a problem. If you have borderline and you're not doing anything to take care of yourself, you're not doing DBT or CBT, you're not actively going to therapy, you're not working through the issues that you have with borderline, that's a very, very fair of, I don't want to fucking deal with this. Yeah. I can love you till the cows come home, but I don't want to be treated like that. I'm not going to wake up every morning and not know which version of you I'm dealing with.
Right.
I'm not going to wake up and say good morning and you be splitting and fucking hate me right now. And I have to deal with this before I go to work and then wonder all day long if I'm going to come home to an empty house. Like, there's so much that goes on to that. So much that goes on to that.
The borderline has been set back on fire from him walking out the same way my ex-husband did. And that's a pattern. And in that pattern, I'm the common denominator. Why have two people left me in the same way?
Yeah.
No two people are carbon copies, even if they have the same abusive tendencies or whatever the case may be. If they walked out the same way, I would sit down and evaluate myself and my actions.
What was how was the same way? Right? That's a really good question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Did they like leave a note and a ring and walk out the door?
Oh,
Did they pack up while you were at work? Like, how was it the same way? Is it just that they decided that they didn't want to be with you because you had borderline? Because that definitely makes you the common denominator, right?
Yeah.
Zeke said, if I am a vehicle for what you want in a relationship, but I myself am not vital to that relationship, I don't want it.
Yep.
Biggest question, if Chris and Peach are important in your life, what would Peach tolerate this? Somebody else said, what would Peach do? Damn, y'all should put that on a shirt or something.
Didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
GT said, what if someone leaves two people in the same way with the same reasoning? Again, common denominator is you. Destiny said, I ask myself a lot, what would Peaches do? You know, we heard for the first time in 3 years, almost 4 years the other day, that somebody said, what would Chris do in this situation? It's such an overwhelming but amazing feeling.
Isn't it? It's a lot.
I was like, this is what she feels like? This is kind of nice. I like this. Yeah. How do y'all feel about child-free couples by choice? We are in our mid-20s and getting pressure from family. I want our choice to be respected. I think that it's fucking your decision, and you should absolutely not have children if you don't want children.
Or are not ready for children.
Right.
My gosh, don't do that to the kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell your family,
Fuck.
tell your family and everyone who's pressuring you that they're not in your relationship and they don't have to be the one that's responsible for that life that you choose to bring into the world to satiate their wants and desires.
Yeah, quit being so selfish. Us having a child or children is not about you.
Are you good over there?
I need a forehead kiss.
Can I get it all the way back?
Yes. Only because you're already moving.
Right.
What?
Oh, there's one more in there.
There is.
There's only one more in there.
I can refill it.
Okay.
If I remember to refill it. It's already 3:00.
I've been doing the water thing.
Good. Cheers.
It's not even open yet. I'm going to give you forehead kisses. Slow your roll.
Thank you. Don't walk away. Boop. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for placating me.
Oh, I'm stuck. Oh.
Water tastes so good.
As soon as I got married, so many people asked, when are the kids coming? That's such a very pressuring statement, right? Like, I understand that it is a societal norm. They think that first comes marriage, then the baby and the baby carriage. Like,
I don't. Okay, we're here.
spoiled fucking brat.
She really fucking is. Here, you can put your head up there now. There you go.
Miss Pie Gobbler said that I feel like the older generation looks down on me for my personal choice. Who gives a fuck?
Hey, can go suck it.
Really, like, this is your life. This falls down to the whole thing that you have to live your life. When at the end of existence, you have to be responsible for your actions. You will be held accountable for the things that you choose to do. All the hurt that you did. I actually heard something the other day that they believe that when you die, all the hurt that you imposed on other people when your life flashes before your eyes, you feel that. That sucks.
Yeah. Whew, I'm so glad I stopped that shit while I was young.
Right. Yep.
I mean, I'm down to experience it. I'm not someone to do as I say, not as I do. So if that's part of my evolution in my spirit, and I signed up for this shit, let's go. Just don't tell me when.
I have 2 boys, not even 2 weeks postpartum. I got asked, when are we trying for a girl? People are wild.
Yeah, I've had strangers stop me when I take the children out to go shopping or whatever the case may be, and they hit me with, oh, it was smart to stop after having a boy and a girl. That's the best of both worlds. Fuck you. What if I couldn't have any more kids because of complications, and that's something that I really wanted in my life? I understand that people say things to try and be connecting or whatever the case may be, but I'm gonna be vulnerable. I've wanted to have 3 children, but due to my health complications and the high risk pregnancies that I've had, having a 3rd child via C-section is very bad odds for me to make it out. And that's one of those things that I'm not willing to chance. I already have 2 children, but I was very devastated in the early years when I found out that it would be very risky for me to have a 3rd child. And hearing people say that, I was like, fuck you. I know, like, there's the good intentions behind that, but sometimes you just shouldn't say shit.
Yeah. Yep. Somebody asked about us doing one-on-one coaching. If you guys can send emails unless you want to pay. If you guys want to pay, Peaches has a women's group that has multiple tiers that you can do. Her top tier does, I mean, you can explain. I don't need to speak for you.
So my Awaken Woman tier is one-on-one mentorship calls for up to 1 hour once a month. It also includes my Sacred Sisterhood tier that has a private Discord community of all the women who are part of the group with weekly phone calls along with weekly challenges and monthly book prescriptions. And there is an optional second emergency phone call during the month. That way, if you get broken up with, or your grandma died, or you're having a really hard time getting through trying to break alcoholism, we can set up a second phone call within the month to try and problem solve together to get you back on track.
All of the things that we do, you guys can find on our website, tobebetter.com. tobebetter.com/join if you want to join the tribe and become a member of our Patreon, which will get you access to the Discord, which gets you all of our live recordings, live Q&As, hangout sessions. We watch TV together sometimes, video games, fucking meet and greets. We just did one in Kentucky.
We did.
Everything that we do is through Patreon. Ultimate Power tier and Patreon. What does it mean by merch? I didn't really understand it. So the merch aspect is we do quarterly t-shirts that are free for people on that tier or higher. Like every quarter, I will do a Patreon post with a website that you go to, a coupon code, so you get it at 100% off, and you can go in there and get a free t-shirt of the quarter. So it's a free thing. I'm waiting to find out what the countdown is for Zach.
Oh my God. He said I'm going to feel pain in 10, but there's not 10 seconds. I don't know what the fuck he's counting.
Yeah. Oh my God, thank you. I'm always so busy with 4 kids, so I don't get to see much of your content as I want. You can listen to it. Put that shit on Spotify and play it through your phone.
Yep.
Discord has gotten me through my breakup. We have a really good fucking community. If I join the quarter late, it means you won't get it until the next quarter.
Yep.
And it's a limited time. So like when we do it, it's up for 2 weeks. If you miss the 2-week window, you miss the drop.
Yeah.
So speaking of, glad you both made it home safely from your trip. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was a very interesting drive.
Yeah.
I tried to sleep in the back of the van like she did and can't do it. I am not capable of sleeping in the back of a van while it's moving. Did you talk about your men's group? I didn't. I very rarely talk about my men's group. I have a men's group. We do pretty much all the same shit she does, except for men are a lot easier and it's not emotional.
Yeah.
That's a good question from the Modern Fatherhood podcast. Speaking of which, we did an episode. If you guys missed it, I interviewed him.
What's your opinion on emotional intelligence? Is it the main issue in relationships or this generation?
I think it's the generation. I don't think it's just this generation. I think that emotional intelligence is a problem, period. And you look all the way back into the greatest generation, the D-Day guys in the fucking World War II. Like,
yeah,
there's been a whole lot of emotionally unregulated people that don't know how to process their emotions, that don't know what to do with themselves.
Even going back to the Civil War, we had boys out there killing their brothers on the other side of the line.
Yeah.
Like blood relatives they had to shoot down for whatever cause that they were aligned with.
Yeah.
A lot of trauma.
Yeah. I think emotional maturity is an issue, period.
And then getting into that, both genders have their own hardships to endure in life, and they each have their own specific traumas that they may have to work through. Once you delve into what generational trauma is and understanding how that's passed down, not just through actions and behaviors or the way that they speak to one another, when you sit down with the genealogy is the only thing coming to my mind. Is that the right word? Is it the genealogy where it's passed down in the womb and now there's even reports coming out that
epigenetics.
It's down to a molecular level, passing down fucked up nervous systems and traumas and fight or flight defenses. Knowing that we have children being born to parents who don't know how to regulate themselves. It's just a continuous pattern through the generations, and the people who are waking up and recognizing that emotional intelligence is key to not just functioning but within relationships, but functioning with yourself as a human being. We're seeing those breaks in the generational traumas. Yeah.
He asked, would it be emotional intelligence or emotional maturity? I think that they're not the same thing.
I agree.
I think emotional intelligence is having the information. Emotional maturity is being able to apply it in real time. This is the whole knowledge is not power. Implementation of the knowledge is power.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can have all of the emotional intelligence you want. If you are not smart enough and mature enough and calm enough to implement that, then it doesn't matter. Is the What Would Peaches shirt do still available on the website? It is, tobebetter.com. My wife and I have been married for 15 years. I feel the spark has disappeared. I try, and all I get is no, not tonight, or not happening. I have given her space, but she seems not interested. Giving her space is probably not the right move. Fix the intimacy in your relationship that doesn't revolve around the bedroom. How old is she?
That's a good question.
Has she had her hormones looked at recently? She could be, menopausal or premenopausal. Be a whole lot of things that are playing into that. Women need intimacy differently than men do. We are very physical, touch-oriented creatures. We want to be wanted and we want sexual activity. Women want a whole lot of other things. They need to feel secure. They need to feel loved and wanted and desired and all of that shit before you are able to get to the bedroom. And if you're not making that work in your marriage, sex is a chore.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to do their chores.
How long have we been live for?
52 minutes. You want to wrap up?
Yeah. I want to go lay down for a little bit before I have to start doing work stuff again.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was it, guys. We'll see you guys maybe tomorrow. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see how she feels.
Well, probably not.
But if she's feeling better, we'll be live on Discord tomorrow or Patreon at some point.
Yeah.
If not, we'll see you when we see you.
Bye, guys. Thanks for hanging out.